My name is Jana Charl, and I'm an artist from Los Angeles, California, but I'm also a dual US-Swiss citizen. And recently I moved to a really remote, large ranch in Central Oregon, and it's been a major move for me. So when I was looking at residencies, I also felt like being in a place that was smaller and more isolated and not in a big city. And I feel that's really helped me with my art, my creative practice, focusing on what I'm working on and not having a lot of distractions of the big city stress also. So there's sort of been a more tranquility and peacefulness. And that's what I was looking for when I came here. But I also, I work with different materials. Like I've worked in different mediums and also the materials I use. And I consider myself a feminist artist, but political in more of a gentle way and not an aggressive, in-your-face way. And so I've developed this style, and it's my representation of the female form, and it's a minimal form, stylized based on the curves, and I do that to make it relatable to all people and all women, and it's not individualized with a lot of details to characterize a specific person. So when I came here, I had been working on a project on the ranch, and it was with found objects and both welding and painting and weaving and sewing. And part of my idea was to come here and finish the other half of the project. And the other idea was to see what I could work with when I got here. And so when I came here, I went through all of the the trash refresh room. And I started seeing larger materials and thinking, instead of just doing the mixed media paintings, maybe I'll do an installation. And I fell in love with the space upstairs. And at first I was just going to do 2 windows, and then it grew to the entire wall. And then when I started putting the materials up, it was very flat, but then the light created more space. The reflections, looking through the materials, some were different levels of opacity, and then it was a play with what was going on outside. But I felt really fortunate between the materials I found and also the first research I did. The very first article I found was about fisherwomen in Iceland. And so the whole project came around honoring forgotten fisherwomen. And the forgotten fisherwomen are from a time, 18th and 19th century, when women were treated more similar to men, and it was all about capabilities and not about gender so much. And that changed with modern times, where the roles changed and there are more fishermen. So I had the concept honoring the fisherwomen, and then I had the materials. So then I just started playing around with the materials, the space, and the light, and came up with this installation. But actually, before I did the installation, I spent almost the first week making small mixed media paintings, just so I can get familiar with how different materials reacted, and colors, and all kinds of things like that. So then after I finished the installation, now I'm doing mixed media little paintings that I'm going to make a sort of quilt when I go back to finish the other project. So that I'll finish this piece that's on a mattress, the other half, and then I'll work on a quilt part of the time here and part of the time there. And the most important part about the installation is I met another artist here, a musician and costume designer and sculptor, and we collaborated. So she was very interested also in the theme that I had done some research on. She did some research, she wrote a song, she sang a song and performed it. So it was just a wonderful experience, because that was one thing I wanted to get out of this also, was a collaboration, and it worked beautifully, smoothly, and all of that.